Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful gather skirt. If this is your first time here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Keep on watching and let's get started. For this tutorial, I'll be using Ankara fabric, a measuring tape, a zipper and a scissors. The measurements you will need include the full length of your skirt, your waist measurement and your hip measurement. You will need about 3 yards of fabric for this skirt, but if you're on a larger size, I advise you to use at least 3.5 yards to 4 yards. Now for the fabric I'm working with today, I don't have much, so I'm just going to work with the whole material that I have here. And as you can see, I've folded it into two, and I'm just going to cut this side into two to get my front and my back piece. Next, I will measure the full length of the skirt, which is 21 inches, but I'll subtract 2 inches from that. So the full length here is 19 inches plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'm going to be adding a 2 inches waistband, so that will make the full length of my skirt to be 22 altogether. So the longer part here is going to be what I will use to make my gathers. It really depends on how wide you want yours to be. To get a full gathers, make sure your fabric is about 3 times of your hip measurement. I have 2 pieces of this fabric that will serve as the front and the back of the skirt, and I will be adding the zipper on the side. Now I'm going to head over to the sewing machine to make a gather stitch. When you are making a gather stitch, you will not back stitch or double stitch. So guys, I've made the stitch. This is it. After making the stitch, I'm going to pick the upper thread like this, and I'm going to go ahead and start pulling on it carefully to get my gathers until I get to the end of this fabric. When you are through making the gathers, you are going to take your waist measurement. So I measure it to be sure that it's up to my waist measurement. My waist is 30 inches plus extra 2 inches for stitching allowance is equal to 32. So I'm going to stop these gathers at 32 inches divided by 2 will give me 16 inches. So I'm going to measure 16 inches here. I'm going to repeat this same process for the other piece of the fabric as well. So I have done this for the 2 pieces as you can see, and these are the front and the back piece. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut out 2 different bands with that same 16 inches. The measurement I have here is 4 inches wide and 16 inches long, and I'm going to fold this into 2. So this is going to be for the front and the back piece. The next thing I'm going to do is to bring the front piece and attach the band from the back to the skirt itself. I'm going to make sure that the gathers is not more than my band. So guys, you can actually hold this down with your pin, but I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and stitch it down. I'm going to do the same thing on the other part of the skirt as well. So after I was done stitching it down on my sewing machine, I'm going to fold it in like this with about half an inch and use it to cover the stitching we have here like this. You can go ahead and pin it down again all the way to the end before you go over to the sewing machine. For me, I'm just going to pin it a little bit because I'll be able to do it even without pinning. But definitely what you need to do is to just cover it up like this and then go ahead and stitch it down. I have already done the same thing for the back piece. So here is what the front and the back piece look like after stitching. Now the next thing I'm going to do guys is to join the 2 pieces right side facing each other like this, and I'm going to head over to my sewing machine to stitch it down on both sides. Let's not forget that I told you guys that my zipper is going to be on one side of this skirt. So I'm going to stitch one side down all the way to the end, and the other side I'm going to be leaving about 7 inches here. So I'm going to measure 7 inches here. This is where I'm going to attach my zipper. Then I'll stitch from this end here all the way to the end. So this is what I was talking about after stitching the both sides. This is the space I told you I was going to leave for the zipper. I'm going to be placing it here, and the other part, as you can see, I've stitched it down to the end. Now I'll go ahead and fix the zipper, and then I will go ahead and hem the end of the skirt with about half an inch. I will fold it in like this and then fold it again. So I will stitch it down all the way around. So guys, I have fixed my zipper to the side and I have hemmed the end of the skirt. This is what it look like. Don't mind the color of my zip, I will change that later. And that is it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I will see you in the next video. Bye.